This is Channel 4 joining the winners and losers at Brookside.
Hey, Bing. What do you reckon, then?
What's going on?
It's my new business premises, kid. Posh enough for you?
I assume you've had planning permission.
Yeah, you assume right, mate. All above board, so there's no need for you to complain or call one of your little resident meetings, because I am doing you lot a favour round here.
And how do you make that out?
Providing a service to the community, aren't I? Plus bringing in a little bit of extra trade to the area.
At least it's marginally better than that other monstrosity he had. It's just the idea of a cowboy like that running a so-called business on our very doorstep.
Oh, leave it, David. The man's only trying to earn a living the same as the rest of us.
Hey, Bing. Have the banks lot cocked up yet?
No, not yet.
Well, if you want, listen, I could get a few lads that I know to go round there and see them, scare them into seeing sense, know what I mean?
That won't be necessary, thank you. We'll sort this out ourselves.
Well, listen, the offer's there if you need it, don't forget.
That's all we need. Corkhill sending the heavy mob round to see the banks.
I have already had a much more subtle idea.
What? All right.
Thanks, driver. That's yours, that means.
Thanks.
Go on, sweet song, mate.
Oh, you can hardly call it that.
Yeah, well, don't worry. We'll soon be in a little place of our own, won't we?
Welcome home.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Oh, how is she?
Oh, she's fine.
Oh, let's have a look. Oh, isn't she pretty? How much did she weigh?
£6, 2 ounces.
Oh, what have you called her? Ruth. Oh, it's not lovely. Oh, I made it for you both. Me and Eddie, we've got you this. Oh, Rosie, you shouldn't have.
Oh, go away, we wanted to. It's a baby alarm. You haven't already got one, have you?
No.
Oh, they're really great. It'll save you having to check on her all the time, you know, when she's asleep. Listening to other people's conversations and all.
Quite expensive, aren't they? Oh, Rosie, that's far too extravagant.
Oh, don't talk soft. Besides, it's hardly broke the bank. You heard, me and Eddie had a bit of luck on the lottery.
Yeah, we did.
I told Mandy and Sinbad all about it.
Yeah. Well, there's always two sides to every story, isn't there?
Hey, what have you said to Sarah?
What, nothing?
Not much.
Listen, I had to say something, didn't I? She was going to phone the police.
What the hell do you think you're playing at going into the house when Sarah's around?
She told me she was going out for the night. I didn't know she was going to come back early.
You should have spoken to me first.
All right, I'm sorry. OK. But I needed some of me cash. Desperate. I had to make the final payment on this place to the fella, didn't I?
You've really landed me in it now.
All right, I've said I'm sorry. What more can I say? And I don't want my Jack hearing anything about this, do you hear?
Oh, I won't say anything, but I can't speak for Sarah.
All right, well, I'll go and have a word with her, try and explain things.
Explain what? That you've got your drugs money hidden in our loft?
You keep your mouth shut, will you? We'll think of something.
Yeah, like what?
Well, I don't know. Anyway, it's not my problem anymore. I've shifted all my cash from your lot to my place until I find somewhere safer for it. That'll stop your missus snooping round.
Thank God for that.
Oh, well, I wouldn't look too pleased about it if I was you. Because if I'm not using your loft anymore, I'm not paying you rent either. So you'll have to learn to stand on your own 2 feet now, sonny boy.
Oh, I'll get it. Oh, hello, come in.
I was hoping to catch you in. Hello, Patricia. Hello, Alice.
What can we do for you?
Well, it's good news, really. I've been offered a job.
Oh, whereabouts?
That's the thing. I may be leaving Britain again. Dill wants me to be his assistant out in Dubai.
Yes, he did mention it to me.
Well, I think that's a wonderful idea.
I know it's all a bit sudden, but I am only considering it at the moment. I suppose I want a bit of advice, really.
A bit sudden, yeah, I'll say. You've only known this Dill character for about 5 minutes. I mean, we can't just take off, disrupt the children's lives again. And for God's sake, I've only just started rebuilding a relationship with them.
Look, I appreciate how you must feel. I don't expect you to be happy about the children being dragged off to another part of the world again. But it's an offer I think I'd be mad to refuse.
Hey, where's Cracker and Polly then?
Well, I had to put them outside with the baby and everything, you know.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it, eh? Cracker in the doghouse, eh? She'll be getting jealous, you know.
Yeah, well, I'll let her back in again once we've cleared everything away, you know.
So, where are you up to on getting your own place, then? Not that I want to put any pressure on you or anything like that, you know.
Well, I've been in touch with a few estate agents up in the lakes.
You are? That's the bomb up there, don't they, houses?
Yeah, well, they can do, but, well, we've seen some cheaper ones on the outskirts. I've sent for some info. Some of them look quite nice, so, should be in our own little dream cottage before we know it. Just the 3 of us.
Starving, what's for tea?
I don't know. I'm not cooking it.
Suppose that means I am.
No, we've been invited out tonight.
Oh, where?
Over to David and Jean Crosby's.
You're joking, aren't you?
No. Jean asked me this morning. Bumped into her around the shops.
Well, we can forget that.
No, I've said we'd go now, Ed.
Love, when was the last time they invited us over for dinner?
Well, this is the first time.
Exactly. They've never wanted anything to do with us before, and now because we've suddenly won a few bob, we're being invited over for our tea.
Look, they just said they wanted to talk to us.
Yeah, and you know why, don't you? So they can try and make us feel guilty. Do their best to get their hands on our winnings.
Look, I've promised them we'd go now, Ed. Look, surely it won't do any harm. Look, they were in the syndicate with us. It'd give us a chance to explain properly.
All right, then. But I'm telling you now, if they think they can talk us into giving them a share of that money, they've got another thing coming.
Jean, I really don't know why you're going to all this bother on their account.
What bother? I'm simply making a bolognese sauce.
Anyway, I'm not in the least convinced that this is the right approach at all. They've already proved themselves totally uncooperative. Why on earth should they suddenly start playing fair and square now?
Anything's worth a try.
I'm uncomfortable about even letting them in the house after the way they've treated us. I feel very resentful.
Well, you mustn't let it show. The most important thing is we don't lose our cool. I mean, this is what this meal is all about, to try and sort things out.
And what's the likelihood of that, given their recent behaviour?
Oh, surely it's worth a try.
Jean, you know that I've always respected your optimism. But in this case, I certainly wouldn't hold my breath.
Thought you said you'd only be an hour.
I had things to do. I have to work, you know.
I want to know why that Jimmy Corkill's got keys to this house. And what's this arrangement between you two?
He needed some storage space. He told me if I let him use the loft, he'd chip in with the rent.
Storage space for what?
I don't know.
You're lying. He's been using our loft to stash all his knockoff gear, hasn't he?
It's not knock-off gear.
Oh, so if you know it's not that, then you must know what it really is.
It was money. He needed to hide his money.
And where's this money from? I said, where's it from, Carl?
Drugs.
What?
I said drugs. He needed to hide his drug money. Now do you understand why I didn't want to tell you?
So there are all kinds of drugs up there and all. And we've got a 5-year-old in the house. Are you mad?
It's not drugs, it's just the money.
Don't be so naive. Why else would he be paying the rent on this place? I can't believe you let me move into this house knowing what was going on.
Look, I thought it was a good offer. We were getting a nice house.
Don't talk rubbish, Carl. What do you think would have happened if the police had come round and found all kinds of drugs and money in the loft? Hey?
Well, I didn't think it'd come to that anyway. There's nothing there now, because he's moved it all out.
Do you know you are even more stupid than I thought? That Jimmy Corkill must think you're a right mug. And what about Jackie Corkill? Does she know what's going on?
No, she doesn't, so don't say anything to her.
I can't believe you want to cover up for him. He's used you, Carl, and you've been an idiot for letting him. If we'd have been raided, we could have both ended up going to prison. And what would have happened to Rebecca then? Hey, did you ever stop to consider that before you asked us to move in with you? You just don't use your head, do you? You make all kinds of promises about how you've changed, how things are going to be different this time. But you haven't changed. You never will. When I agreed to move back in with you, I told you it was your last chance. I couldn't have made it clearer. Well, you've really blown it this time, Carl. Me and you, we're finished for good.
McChief sandwich, 100% pure beef, cheese, crisp lettuce, fresh slices of tomato, served with tangy salsa and sour cream and chive sauces. Disney's Pocahontas at a cinema near you. The McChief meal at a McDonald's near you.
Hey, try asking for disclosure at some video shops.
Yeah. Well, you only pay a 5% deposit and not a penny more for 6 months. So call 0345 450 450 now.
Oh, come in, come in.
Hi, Jean.
Evening, Eddie.
All right, Dave.
Look, gone through.
Thanks, Jean.
Sit yourselves down.
Thanks.
What would you like to drink?
Just tea for me, please.
Yeah, I'll have tea and all, please, Jean.
Oh, right, I'll put the spaghetti on while I'm out there. It won't be long. You do both like pasta, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, lovely. It's been very warm, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. It's been very mild, really. I thought at first it was going to brighten up, but then it started to rain.
Yeah. I had loads of washing out. Had to get it in.
Yes, well, it does often happen at this time of the year, doesn't it? These sudden squalls. I always find October can be a bit of a schizophrenic month, weather-wise.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about dropping in like this, but I needed to discuss it with somebody.
So what do you think you'll do then?
Well, I think I'll take it. There's no reason for me to stay around here, is there?
Well, I'm sure whatever decision you make, it'll be the best.
Well, I'll leave you to get on. Bye.
So, Susanna may be off to pastures new. What a shame.
My dead body. What about the children?
Just cool it, will ya? What's all this now?
It's your clothes. And then what I said, Carl, it's over.
There's no need for a big scene. We need to talk.
There's nothing to talk about. Do you know, it was only yesterday I was telling your mother I wanted us to move back into the same room. Hey, thank God we didn't. You're a liar. I can't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. I don't want nothing more to do with you.
That was lovely. Thanks, Jean.
Oh, yeah, thanks very much, Jean.
I've got sores all around your mouth.
All right.
That's better. Can't take it anymore.
I've made apple pie for dessert.
Oh, you shouldn't have gone to all this trouble, Jean, you know.
How's the new car running? Looks very nice.
Yeah, they're good cars, them. Very, solid.
Another drink.
Look, I think we should just get on to whatever it is you want to talk to us about. I mean, we know you didn't invite us over here for a nice little social visit.
Well, now that you mention it.
Look, we just wanted to have a proper chat, really, sort things out. We don't want to fall out with you over this. That's why it's vital that we clear the air.
If you want us to be totally honest, we both feel that you've treated us most unfairly.
Look, David, I know you must be feeling peeved at missing out, but that money didn't get to us. It's unfortunate, but that's all there is to it.
But our syndicate had been going for weeks. Surely you must have realised that there'd just been a simple mistake.
We just assumed you dropped out. We weren't to know what had happened.
Well, I must say, if it had been the other way round, we'd have put the money in for you. We are only talking about £2 after all.
Well, that's easy to say now, Jean.
Oh, come on. You must know perfectly well that if we wanted to cancel our arrangement, we would have informed you. In my book, Eddie, a verbal agreement constitutes a contract.
All I know is that your share of the stake money didn't reach us. That's not our fault.
Nor was it ours. We weren't to know that Rachel would forget to pass the money on when our numbers came up. We were thrilled to bits. How were we supposed to know that, as far as you were concerned, our syndicate no longer stood?
I appreciate what you're saying, Jean, but that doesn't make one iota of difference. That money didn't reach us. and that's all there is to it.
Look, we don't want to be vultures here. Neither are we getting any younger. I mean, the chances of that sort of money coming our way again are pretty slim, to say the least. I mean, this could be our last chance of doing some of the things we've always wanted to do. I'm not trying to make you feel guilty. I just want you to see it from our side. I mean, just imagine if you were in our shoes. I bet you'd be more than a little peeved.
Morbid, innit, Maxie?
When did this appear?
Yesterday. Apparently Barry Grant got that Dillman to put it up, you know, when he bought the club and that.
Oh.
Hey, what do you think of my new premises then, kid?
Oh, it's very you.
Yeah. Listen, whenever you need a taxi, you'll know where to find me, won't you? Hey, I have to set up a little bit of dizzy for the resi. You know, contract and that, eh? Yes.
Dill, could I have a word?
Oh, Max. Yeah, sure. What about?
Going ahead with this idea and offering Susanna a job in Dubai, I think I made my feelings very clear last night.
Look, Max, I quite understand how you feel, but Susanna and you aren't married anymore. She's with me now, and we've got plans of our own.
Look, it's nothing to do with that. I'm concerned about my children. How would you feel if your kids were trucked away to some foreign country by some stranger?
Believe me, Max, I only want what's best for Susanna and the children.
Oh, well then, if that's true, you will honor my wish and drop this whole idea of dragging them away immediately.
I'm sorry, Max, but it's too late. Susanna seems to have made up her mind already. I can't go back on my word, not now.
Look, I don't want her messed around. She's been through enough.
Don't worry. As I say, I only want what's best for Susanna.
What's up with them?
I think they must have got out the wrong side of the bed.
Must be something in here.
Why? Someone giving you a hard time?
Yeah, Sarah's thrown me out. Listen, is there any chance I could kip in the office?
I've only just got rid of Jimmy Corkill. I'm not looking for another lodger.
I've really blown it this time.
Say you're homeless?
Well, yeah, sort of.
Oh, maybe this isn't the best time to discuss my new plans with you, then.
What new plans?
We're expanding.
We're expanding?
We are. How do you fancy a transfer to a new club I'm opening? Call it promotion. I need a manager that I can trust.
Where is it?
Dubai.
What?
I don't need an answer straight away. Just think about it, yeah?
Do you think we're getting through to them?
Oh, it's difficult to say. I have the feeling that Rose is ready to back down now. But I don't think it's going to be so easy with Eddie.
I can't believe how uncompromising he's being.
I feel really sorry for them.
That's what they want, isn't it? Don't fall for it, love.
Yeah, but surely it wouldn't hurt us just to give them something, a couple of thousand, maybe.
You're joking, aren't you? That's practically admitting that we're in the wrong.
Oh, cheers, Jean.
Thanks, Jean. We'll have to be getting off after these. Leave you two in peace.
Oh, so that's it then. I take it you haven't given the matter any more thought?
Oh, I think we've made it quite clear where we stand, Dave.
This is ridiculous. Do you know, I can't understand how you can be so arrogant. You even used the numbers I selected. That in itself surely proves that you regarded the syndicate as an ongoing arrangement.
Listen, Dave, we're entitled to use whatever numbers we want. They're not exclusively yours.
But everyone else thinks you're in the wrong.
So who's everyone else?
Almost everyone I've spoken to.
Oh, so you're trying to turn people against us now, are you?
No, I am not. I've simply been gauging public opinion, and the overwhelming majority of people believe that not only are you morally in the wrong, but you're legally in the wrong too.
Oh, do they? Well, you can tell all these people you've been talking to mind their own business, because it's got nothing to do with them. Oh, come on, Rosie, we're getting off. Just going round in circles here. Excuse me, Jean.
Thanks for the food, Jean.
You haven't heard the last of this, you know.
Oh, haven't we?
Can you believe the effrontery of the man?
Thank you very much. Hope to see you again.
Thanks very much.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Max,
What brings you here?
we need to talk.
I don't think there's anything to talk about. You seem to have made up your mind. You're taking the children halfway around the world so you can be with your latest flame.
No, it's not as simple as that. Dale's offered me a really good career move.
Yes, we all know why, don't we?
Was that a tone of jealousy I detect in your voice?
Me? Jealous of him? Joking on you. Remember what happened last time when we were in America?
Look, when I went off with Andrew, there was nothing in it for me. It's different this time. Things aren't as serious between Dill and I. I want to go because I have some kind of a future out there. New prospects, a career, my own money for once.
Don't kid yourself. What happens if you and Dill split up? You think you'd still be able to work for him then?
You make it sound as if he's only offered me the job to get me into bed. It's not like that. I'm no bimbo.
What sort of effect do you think this would have on the children, long term?
I'm sorry, Max, but you're the one who left us, and I think I'm entitled to try and find happiness elsewhere, for mine and the children's benefit.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry too. I just think you're making a huge mistake, Susanna. Dill just isn't your type.
You keep saying this. What do you mean? Why isn't he my type?
It's just different, that's all.
What do you mean different? Are we talking gender here? Race? Is that what this is all about?
Of course not. I'm thinking of the children. And the top and the bottom of it is, I don't want anyone taking them away from me.
Right. Had enough of you. Out. Go on. Go on, out you go.
Yeah.
You can sleep outside from now on.
There's one of the letters you brought round. Okay, yeah, thanks. Bye.
You know what, I've just caught that horrible Moggy sniffing around the baby's cot.
Oh, I thought you'd thrown it out.
Yeah, and he must have sneaked back in before Jimmy went out. I tell you what, them baby alarms at Rosie Banks gave us a great aren't they? You can hear every breath she makes. Hey, you have to be careful you don't say anything about Jimmy while we're up in the bedroom.
Oh, yeah, never thought of that. Well, it's very generous of them, though, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Who's on the phone?
Oh, Mrs. Shackleton.
Do you want to speak to you about the talk you're giving at the refuge?
Well, partly, yes, but I wanted to know if she'd heard from Kathy, the girl who wrote to me.
You're not still worrying about her, are you?
I just thought she might have responded to my letter. Mrs. Shackleton hasn't heard from her either.
Well, it probably just means that she's sorted her problems out.
Oh, you read her letter? Her husband's knocking the living daylights out of her. She could be lying there dead for all I know, and you know how distressed she sounded, and she's worried about the children.
Yeah, well, we can't go interfering.
Do you remember that time you looked through the window and you saw Trevor hitting me? You just walked away. Do you remember you told me how guilty you felt afterwards? You said how much you regretted it for not interfering.
Yeah, and I've regretted it every day since. But this is different.
No, it's not. I can't just walk away. Because if anything has happened to that poor girl, I won't be able to live with the guilt. I'm going to go and see her.
Oh, thanks for that, Chloe. See you tomorrow.
Good night, Mr. Farnham.
Good night.
Thanks for the wine.
You're welcome.
I wonder what Patricia would think if she knew we were alone here at this time of night.
Oh, I think she'd simply understand we were discussing the future of our children.
I'm sure she would.
I'd better be making a move.
I've just had a strange sensation of déjà vu.
Have you really?
Yes. Remember just before I went to America when I came around to see you?
Yeah.
We kissed before I got into the cab. Not just a kiss on the cheek, but a proper, long, passionate kiss. Like passionate lovers.
I better lock up.
Max, please, don't run away from me. We've still got things to discuss.
Such as?
Suppose I just say what I came here to get off my chest. Well, the thing is, Max, I'm sure you're already aware of this, but nothing's changed. I still feel exactly the same way about you.
Now, look. You shouldn't be saying any of this because you know what happened last time, don't you?
But it's the truth.
It's anything.
Now, why deny it? What's the point of bottling all things up? I can't believe I still feel the same way about you,
Susanna.
despite the way you've treated me. Look, I know I should be over you by now, but I'm not. Every time I look at the children, I see your face. And maybe I'm stupid, but I'd have you back tomorrow, you know. There's only one thing that could make me stay in England, and that's you.
Brookside the Women and Brookside the Teenagers are both still available on video from your usual video retailer.